Lovely opinionated vegan evolution here. I'm continuing on with self-abandonment, and I think this is maybe part 4. So as I was just saying, so here I have this whole entire life was set up with, I'm not going to follow the things that matter to me, my artistic nature. I'm going to live my life working in a corporate job, in an office, and, I'm not going to present myself out there to the world genuinely because of all my insecurities and my adopted insecurities that I got from my parents, and the false belief that being an artist is not a valid lifestyle or a viable career. And so, even now, here I am, I'm not super young, and I did not dance all my life. I danced when I was young. Then I went back to dancing in high school. I danced a little in college. I danced some as an adult in California, and I dance now in an adult class. And at some point in my life, it occurred to me, I am not going to be a dancer. That's not going to be my career goal. I am not going to dance for Alvin Ailey as much as I wish I could. That's not my path. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing in dance for me. I had started to try to learn how to be a creative movement teacher for children because that's something that I love. So right now I'm struggling. I'm a single mom of 2 young boys, and I'm unemployed. So I was a stay-at-home mom for 6.5, almost 7 years. And I was not married, but my boyfriend, my baby's daddy, and I lived together. And he supported us financially, while I supported us by watching the children and taking care of the home. And so whatever skills that I did have while I was out in the corporate world have long since faded. But now I find myself living as a single parent with my 2 young children. I need to earn money, but I have extremely limited hours. So I also don't have a car. I share my ex's van. I have it a few times a week. Here I'm in a situation now where I never really pursued or developed my artistic dreams and talents. Now I have painted and I have drawn. I had said in one video that there was a 10-year period between 23 and 33 where I didn't draw or paint at all. And I didn't paint at all. My drawings were limited to doodles in my book. I never pursued drawing at the level that I had. When I was younger, I drew every day, every single day. And I was really good. I could draw a portrait. That was like my favorite thing to do. And I could really do a really good job. And I learned that when you stop doing something, no matter how awesome you are at it, if you stop, your skills get rusty. And now if you have an inborn talent, it will never go away completely, but you will have to kind of start up again. So when I moved to California, I made friends with an artist, and he used to do this live drawing class every Tuesday at the Y, and I started to go. And that was the first time in a long time that I found myself drawing, and there were live nude models, and it was wonderful. And when I first started, I realized, I'm so rusty. I can't even do this, but it came back rather quickly. And anyway, so here I am. I got people telling me almost every day or asking me, have you started looking for a job yet? When are you going to look for a job? What do you do with all your free time I even had my ex tell me about a week or two ago that I live a life of luxury because he pays child support and I have all this free time during the day. I actually have as much, if not more, free time than him because he works full time. So even though he lives alone and I have the children 7 nights of the week, in his mind, I have this luxurious life. So I have a lot of resistance and pushback and expectations put on me that I should go get a job. Maybe I should get a job at the supermarket down the street, just like my mom told me, when I was a teenager. So instead of being guided towards, well, you love art, go get a job doing something artistic. You'll gain skills. Like if at 16, I had continued to pursue my artistic talents and interests, then now, many years later, my skill level would be way, 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 way up here because that's what happens. When you do something regularly, you get better. Even if you don't have a natural inborn talent for art, if you draw every day, you're going to get better at it. It doesn't matter, whether you start off making stick figures or not. If you want to do it and you love it, you're going to get good at it when you keep doing it. But because I was raised to not believe in that quality of myself, I walked away from it. And so like everybody almost who lives around where I live and sort of like in the whole world, not everybody, but many, many people seem to follow that tenet, that belief that rather than focus on what you love to do, that's just a selfish waste of time. You should do something practical. So I worked in many corporate offices. I worked for Kraft. Actually, it was Nabisco, and they got bought out by Kraft after a couple years. And I worked at a human resources company, and I worked at a company that owned 9 hotel franchises, and I worked at other companies that were just lame, blah. They did nothing positive in the world, and I felt empty inside. I didn't even do that great of a job. I learned good skills. I was a Microsoft Office certified expert. I did fantastic on all my test scores when I went to agencies and they tested me. It was like off the charts amazing. Microsoft, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook. But, who cares? Really, who cares? I was so unhappy. So what that I was able to make like a super great PowerPoint presentation? It was based on bullshit that meant nothing to me, that did no good in the world, that didn't help anyone, that didn't, fix any cause that mattered to me. And I was wasting my life and wasting my soul. So now what I really want to do is to not go look for some job somewhere in an office. I did have a job for 4 months. About 2 months ago it ended, and I was working for an acupuncturist, which is something that I absolutely love, and there was massage therapy there as well. And I thought, this is fantastic because I really care about these things and I'm doing this. And the job lasted for 4 months, and it was just like, this is just not working. This lady's energy, she's supposed to be like this healing person, and she's just this stressed out woman who's like, power hungry, and I was just like, yuck. So I left and I tried to find a job at this vegan restaurant, but they weren't hiring. And so ultimately what I'm really aiming to do is to channel my energy into my art and to make the books that I want to make. And every time I get motivated to do that, I start to get insecure, and I start to question myself, and I start to doubt myself, and I start to say, oh, no. That's my habitual mind pattern over these years, to think I should turn away from myself. But now I know that if you don't follow your true nature, you're never going to truly be happy, and you're never going to do your best. So I'm going to kind of buck the system. And even though I'm putting this out here on a video, I'm not really going to share it with, I have said a little bit to, like my ex who gives me child support, and my mom and my sister and a couple of friends. I'm not hiding that I'm trying to work on my art, but I definitely, I get a lot of resistance, and nobody wants to believe that that's what I should do. Nobody wants to believe in me. Nobody wants to believe that, spending your days or your couple of little hours focusing on something that you truly love, that's the way to a career. And it's hard. It's hard to kind of go against the flow of what mainstream society is saying, or what your mom is saying, or what your sister is saying, or what your ex who's giving you those child support payments are saying. But because of all my years of unhappy endeavors in the corporate mainstream world, I just feel so sure that I'm going to manifest the law of attraction, the law of manifestation. I am going to manifest my own career based on my genuine happiness. So it's at 14. I need to stop this, and I'm going to continue. Click subscribe and follow me if you're interested in these things I'm saying. Bye for now.